Hey Craft Test Dummies, this is Sarah at the Sizzix booth with Susan Tierney Cockburn, and she's going to show us some new flowers from her Susan's Garden line. It is so cool, you turn regular paper petals into real looking flowers. Hi Susan.
Hi there, Sarah, how are you?
Good, thanks. Go ahead, do you want to show us? Go ahead and start.
This is the lily, and here's the finished product. The kit, the packaging comes with all the petals in it that you need to cut the petals, the leaves, the calyx, and the stamen. I'm going to start by adding a little bit of shading because that's the coloring, and then taking the Copic pens. I'm going to add those definition of freckles and just lightly tap. The nice thing about the pan pastels is that the Copics go right over it and color it beautifully. Do that on all 6 petals. We're going to place it. That was on my non-stick mat, so you can keep your mats nice and clean. And then I'm going to take and shape the petal by using my new loop tool and pressing down. Just drag from the end to the stem, being careful not to use that other hand because you're counterproducing the forming of the petal. And then I'm going to take my cute little leaf pad here that's also in the toolkit, and using the leaf tool, I want to add a few more little laugh lines or striations as they're called in the gardening world to the petal. And then now we'll just pinch, and to give a little bit of definition on the end, I'm going to put it back on my brown mat and using the medium-sized ball stylus, give it a little bit of crimping on the end, and you've got a perfectly formed petal. Now the calyx is a little 6-sided shape because there's 6 petals on the lily. You press it on the pad and do a stirring method and it pops it up. I'm going to put it back on my mat here, and with a little bit of glue I'm going to slide a little bit of glue. I hold it with my tweezer, and on one of those projections I'm going to just adhere it. And I do that every other one, and then I put it all together with the last ones to get this. Now your leaves are done on the leaf mat, and I'm going to use that leaf tool again. If the right side down with that leaf tool, I'm going to add what I call a stem line down, and because it doesn't have a definition of veining but it does have striations, I'm going to also make some striation marks on that right side of the paper. Again, a little bit of pinching at the end and a little bit of crimping. And what you do is then once you set your flower, tuck it under. Now you notice the stamens are also cut. We're going to add a little bit of color to the ends. Where my marker is. Then you're going to add some color to your stamen, both sides. And then what you do is a little bit of glue on this side. I only use the crafter's pick because it dries quickly and it also dries clear. So on all my projects you never see any glue. So if you take a toothpick and then start rolling towards that glue, roll it around your hand a little bit and seal it, and then remove the tweezers. I'll fan them out, and then I can take glue and place on the little pistil ends of your stamen. And to make them even more lifelike, I dip them in it's Woodland Scenics powder, and you get the
Pretty texture.
the pollen, yeah, that doesn't, make you sneeze. And then finally it's just dipped in the end and added to the center as I've done these flowers. Once the flower is set, then go back and place your leaves as you want. And that's it for making a lily.
Well, thank you so much, Susan. We really appreciate it from Craft Test Dummies. This is Sarah at CHA Winter 2013. See you later, guys.